Breaking news, my lovely, wonderful people. NLC speaks on avoiding possibilities of arrest as Tinubu has given the military and the police opportunity, saying go ahead and arrest anyone that comes out for a protest on this whole strike thing. Go ahead and arrest them. So strike, we are avoiding possible arrests. NLC leaders discloses reason for shunning meeting with the federal government. So the federal government is looking out for to arrest NLC. They are inviting them to a meeting with the proposal and with the intention that when they come, we will arrest them. Can you believe that? Well, these are some of the things that are being proposed and are being done. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Possible arrests. NLC leaders discloses reason for shunning meeting with federal government as Tinubu has proposed and stationed men to arrest us. The Nigerian Labour Congress has explained why they shunned the meeting with the federal government over increasing hardship and suffering across the country caused by the removal of the fuel subsidy. Late Nigeria recalled that NLC has refused to attend a last-minute reconciliatory meeting with federal government before embarking on its 2 days warning strike. Speaking on the reason for shunning the meeting, sources in NLC leadership told Vanguard that the Ministry of Labour and Employment, Simeon Lago, had held a media briefing where he allegedly categorized Labour leaders and told them that they will all be put behind bars. Let's see how the protest will continue. This reportedly forced the NLC leaders to shun the meeting that would have been held at the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, Federal Secretariat. The minister was said to have threatened NLC leaders at his briefing for closing any chance that NLC will honor the meeting. One of the visible anger of NLC leaders told the enforcement publication that they had to shun the meeting so as to avoid possible arrest. His words: "We were scheduled to meet the Minister of Labour and Employment today, precisely by 3 p.m. But a few hours to the meeting, the minister called a media briefing where he categorically threatened us and with some complimentary words that when we show up, when we are behind bars, he will see how we'll go ahead to establish any form of protest. Not that the meeting would have stopped the strike, but we intended to attend the meeting in the spirit of social dialogue. But as you are aware, the Minister of Labour, before the scheduled meeting, held a media briefing castigating and threatening us. You do not expect us to attend the meeting where we have been warned of a possible arrest. In fact, we thank the minister for putting us on notice of his plans. So the right thing to do is to keep away from such meeting and avoid possible arrests. What the minister has done was nothing short of industrial dictatorship and naked blackmail. The federal government has already taken decision on the proposed meeting. The minister was kind enough to hold a press briefing ahead of the meeting to discuss part of the government decision, which is to arrest us, the leaders of NLC, so that they can destroy the hope of the people who intend to come out and join us. Like I said earlier, the strike goes ahead as planned. After Wednesday, we will determine what next step to follow. The NEC communication was loud and clear. We cannot continue as if we are living in a different country from our political leaders who are living in affluence while the people suffer needlessly. This is not necessary. You cannot continue to beat us and say we should not cry. Everywhere you go, every part of this country, people are complaining of the hardship and suffering without concrete effort by government to ease our pain. Instead, the government is unleashing more policies to send us to ultimate death, tell us to tighten their belt, but they share good money among themselves, besides every other money that comes to them, besides allowances and every other thing that comes to them. So this is what is happening right now, my lovely, wonderful people. And you'll be shocked to find out that these things are sincerely, truly happening. Yes, you'll be shocked to find out. And so that's why we cannot afford to be quiet, to be silent, and leave these people to continue the same way they have been going. You see, if Nigeria is going to make a headway, every single person will have to stand up and ensure that we do not truncate that possibility of our rights. Every one of us is doing all that is needed and necessary for Nigeria to become a better place. Okay, so these are some of the issues that are going on, and every single person is rising up to the occasion to ensure that we are not pushed behind the burners and left to wonder what next is on ground. So listen, my people, when the government is threatening the people instead of standing for the people, instead of ensuring that the lives and properties are preserved and protected, it is a shame, because they tell us democracy, but sincerely, truly speaking, it does not feel like they really mean democracy. It feels like it is more of a dictatorship. It is more of what they intend and want to achieve. Okay, so these things must be clearly stated out so that every single person can understand that the days upon us are very critical, and we must continue to ensure that the right thing is done. If you stand for nothing, you do not. If you stand for everything, you do not stand for something. And we are determined that by the end of the day, we will ensure that the right thing is done and that Nigeria is moving forward. Remember, we all have a voice, and we must do all that is needed and necessary to ensure that Nigeria becomes a better place for every single individual. The country today, with all that we are experiencing, we cannot continue to leave these people, to leave Nigeria just the way it is, and just leave us in the hands of those who have no clear-cut determination on how things can change. We all must rise up, and we all must ensure that things are, that there is real clear-cut demarcation on making this nation a better place. Okay, we must all ensure that. So these are some of the possibilities and some of the things that are going on, and every single individual must understand that we cannot continue to allow oppression by this same government who tells us that they want to lead, and most of the things they're doing rather than north it's more about themselves. It's more about themselves, and so it must become clear and glaring that every single person has something to contribute, and so the part which they play cannot be underestimated or overemphasized. Yes, leave us a comment. God bless. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Bye bye.